Welcome. This is Barre Sculpt. So for today's class, you'll need a set of light weights. I'm using just 1 pound dumbbell, so feel free to go heavier or do without the weights. You can do everything with just your body weight as well. And we'll also need some kind of sturdy surface. I do have a stool here. You can use a chair, you can use a bar, you can use a wall if you like, something that you're able to lean against. We are going to be completely folding over, so flat back. We're going to be lifting our leg up and down in several different directions. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our warm-up. Standing tall, drawing your feet hip-width apart and parallel, drawing your knees up towards your chest, strong point through your toes. This entire workout is going to be standing, so if you are traveling, if you're in an office, this is perfect for you. No need to find a place to lay down. Let's do one more on each side. Take that knee up and over to a side lunge, really pressing your hips back as you come down to that lunge. Knee up and over. Keep it going. Let's do one more on each side. And then we're going to come down to a low wide plie. Feet are wide in your hips, toes turned out. Bend your knees down, arms out to a T. Tiny circles here. Forward motion. Go ahead and reverse that direction. If you were doing backwards before, go ahead and do forwards this time. Hold your arms straight. Reach down, tap towards the opposite inside ankle, calf, knee, anything that you can. Coming back upright. Let's do one more on each side. From here, hinge forward your waist. Give yourself a nice big hug and then squeeze your arms together as you lift your arms up towards the ceiling. All right, come on down to a low lunge. This is the only time you will need to be on your knees. You can also work from standing. We're just going to straighten and bend into that left knee. Keep a soft bend in that standing back knee. You can also place that right knee down if you'd like. All right, hold that left leg straight, point and flex your toes. Maybe circle out that left ankle. Keep a bend in that standing right leg. Hold the left toes flexed, hinge forward, framing your left toes. That right knee is still bent. Excuse me. Come on up. Switching sides. Right foot down, left knee is bent. We're going to hinge forward and then back. Bring it forward and back. That left knee is staying bent. One more. Hold that right leg straight. Point, flex, maybe circle out that right ankle. All right, hold the right toes flexed. Hinge forward. You don't have to touch the floor, but you want to lean down, framing that right foot. Come on up. Roll your shoulders back. Roll them forward. All right. We're first going to start with some upper body. So if you have those weights, go ahead and grab them. We're going to start in a wide plie. So your feet are wider than your hips, toes are turned out. From here, come down to a low, wide squat. Your arms are forward, your palms are facing up. From here, draw that right arm across the left, bring it back in front, draw it out to a T, lift that right heel and lower, bring it forward, cross over, bring it forward, open lift, lower, bring it forward, cross over, bring it forward, open lift, lower it down. So you're just working the right arm. You're just working that right calf. You're only lifting and lowering that right heel as you draw that right arm over to the right, opening up that shoulder, palms stay facing up here. Keep it going, still moving, just the right arm and the right leg. You've got it. Give me 3 more. All right. Go ahead and lower that right heel. Now do the same thing on the left side. Cross left arm over, bring it back and forth, Draw it out to a T, lift that left heel, bring it down, cross it over, in front, lift, open up that arm, lower, cross in front, bring it together, open, lift, bring everything back in line. Core is engaged here. Almost there. That's it. Last one. All right, from here, we're going to hold the arms forward. We're going to alternate crisscrossing the arms with an alternating heel lift and lower. Just a heel pop, heel lift, heel lower. Keep it going. Your palms are facing up. Your knees are tracking out over your toes. Your chest is lifted. So if you're in that stance and your knees are coming inward to a knock-knee position, maybe bring your hips a little bit higher. Open up those knees nice and wide. Maybe try sinking your hips a little bit lower. Chest lifted so we're not hinging forward. We're not leaning from side to side. Your shoulders are stacked directly over your hips. Keep it going. We're almost there. Alternate crisscrossing the arms. Lift and lower that heel. All right, bring the arms out in front. Bring the palms facing in. We're going to lift the heels, lift the arms, bring it down. Lift everything and lower. Lift it up and lower. Keep those shoulders relaxed down from here, so don't scrunch them up. Keep them nice and up from here. Roll them up and roll them back down. Relax shoulders. Lift and lower. We're going to grab that chair here in just a few. Keep it going. We're going to work the glutes next. Arms and heels lift, arms and heels lower. Simultaneously, working everything together. Core is engaged. Your knees tracking out over your toes, shoulders relaxed, palms facing in. Lift and lower. Keep your hips nice and low. Avoid letting your hips lift up. Last one. All right, shake it out. You can set those weights down onto the chair. We're going to start with our left leg first. From here, we're going to walk ourselves back. So you fold your body in half. Your back is flat. Your feet are hip width apart and parallel. We're going to point that right toe. We're going to lift and lower. Hopefully your chair is not wobbly like mine is. Your toes are facing in line with your hips. Your back is flat. Your core is engaged. Draw your navel up towards your spine. You're just lifting and lowering that left leg. Straight left leg. Tiny bend that standing right knee. Avoid locking out that knee. Tiny bend. You can also have a slight bend in your left leg. You're working the base of your left glute here. Keep it going. Lift and lower. The further you hinge forward, the more you can lift that left leg. All right, hold that left leg lifted. Pulse and pulse. Your left toes are pointed. Your right foot is flat on the floor. So you have a micro bend in your standing right knee. You're grounding through your right foot from your big toe straight back to your pinky, all the way back to your heel. That left leg is lifted and is pulsing tiny little pulses, working the base of your left glute here. Keep it going. Tiny presses up with the left leg. Still going. Almost there. You've got it. Keep it going. Give me 3 and 2 and 1. Hold that left leg lifted. We're just going to flex and point. Tiny flex and point. All right, hold the foot flex. From here, we're going to bend and extend. Bend heel to the glute and then extend. Drawing your left heel in towards your left glute. Now you can keep your hands on that bar, that ledge. You can come down onto your forearms. Again, keep that bend in your standing right knee. Avoid locking out that knee. Nice tiny bend. Maybe just gazing down at the floor in front of your right foot. Just your left heel to your glute. And then extend. Just a few more. Stay with it. Don't lean into that right side. Keep your hips parallel. On the next one, hold that left foot bent. Draw the knee in line with the right. And then press it up. Your left toes remain flexed. Knee in line. Press it up. Keep it going. You can always lean against a wall, a chair, or a ledge. If you want to challenge your balance more, you can do without that. Bringing your hands to your hips, hinging forward, press up and release. Press up and release. Keep it going. We're going to switch sides here next. Working that glute on the left side. Keep it going. Palms or forearms out if you're using that ledge or that bar. Left toes are flexed here. Standing right knee is your base. All right, last one. Release that left leg. Maybe shake it out. All right, bring those feet back hip width apart and parallel. You're hinging forward. Extend your right leg back. Your left knee is bent slightly. We're going to lift and lower that right leg. So as you lift that right leg, avoid opening up your hip. You want to keep your hips in line so you have limited range of motion here. You're not doing a full split, full split, singular. Just a lift and a lower. Right hip is facing down. Imagine that your hips are headlights and they are directly down. So if you tend to lift that hip, applying that pressure off of that right side, you're going to notice that your hip is opening over to the right. You want to keep it facing down. Just a lift and a lower. We're going to pulse it up here in just a few. Keep a micro bend in that standing left knee. Avoid locking out that knee. Keep a nice bend. All right, give me one more. Hold that right leg lifted. Point the right toes. Lift and lift. Tiny lift. You're going to feel it in the base of your right glute. Keeping that bend in your standing left knee. Avoid locking out that knee. That keeps the focus on the right side. Keep it going. You can have a micro bend as well in your working right leg or keep it straight. Squeeze your right glute. Engage your core. Nothing loose, nothing hanging. Keep it going. Just a lift and a lift. We're going to hold it as high as we can next, and we have those flexing points just with the right foot to give that ankle a little stretch here before we switch to a foot flexion. All right, hold that right leg lifted. We're going to flex and point, little flex, little point. Notice where you're stretching as you flex and when you point. Notice the difference. All right, hold the foot flex on the next one. We're going to bend the heel in and then extend. You want to keep that right leg lifted. Again, avoid opening up the hips. Keep the hips in line. We'll get to that outer pocket of your glute and your hip. No need to rush it. We're working the base of that right glute now. Keep it going. Almost there. Just the right heel in towards your glute and then full extend. Almost there. All right, hold the right heel in towards the glute. Your right knee is bent. Draw that knee in line with the left and then press it up. Knee in line. Press it up. Notice that I'm not moving my body as I bend, as I keep that bend and lift and lower that knee. So I'm not bending forward, rising up, bending forward. My left knee is completely still. My upper body is also completely still. Just that right leg is moving. My right toes are flexed up towards the ceiling. So as you press that leg up, it's almost as if you're trying to stamp the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling. Keep your heel close in towards your glute, as close as you can. So thirsty today. Keep it going. As always, grab water at any time. All right, release it down. Shake it out. Come away from that ledge. We're going to draw the heels together. Toes are apart. Palms facing out. Have a micro bend in your knees. We have a plie with around the world arms. Bring it down. Straight arms. You're never locking out your knees. So notice when I come to standing, my knees are still bent. I'm not locking them out. They're slightly bent. I'm going to hit the wall here. So you're just opening the knees even wider, sinking your hips down, drawing your arms overhead. So keep your abs tucked in, keeping your hips in line, shoulders stacked directly over your hips. As I come down, it's as if I'm drawing my shoulders and my glutes down a wall and back up. Just adding the arms as you go. Keep it going. All right, from the same position, we're going to slightly hinge forward. We're going to bring the palms facing in and your arms are straight. We're going to bend into the knees, hinge more, lift the arms, come upright, hinge, bend, lift, and upright. So you're hinging at your waist, you're bending your knees, and you're lifting your arms up high. Your elbows stay close in towards your body. If one of these bothers you, if the knee bend or the hinge forward bothers you, just take it out. Work just the arms. Lift, bend, hinge, and rise. Working those triceps. Keep it going. Again, avoid locking out that knee as you come upright. All right, hold that hinge forward. Hold your arms as high as you can. Maybe they're super duper high. From here, we're just bending and extending the arms. You're holding your heels together. Toes just naturally fall open. So if they're more close together, if they're wide at 180 degree, that's perfect. Do what you can. Extend and bend. More here. Full bend, full extend. Yes, you can. You are so close. We're going to work that lower body again. Few more. You've got it. All right, hold the elbows bent. Your elbows are still high, so if they came down, draw them back up. From here, we're just going to press up, press our elbows up as if we're trying to knock somebody off our back and simultaneously bending our knees. So you're doing that plie pulse, first position, heels together. As you simultaneously lift your elbows up, your shoulders are relaxed. Your elbows are close in towards your body. Your palms are facing in towards one another. Give me 3 more. We're going to bring our palms facing up. 1 more. All right, shift those palms facing up. Same thing. Pull the arms, bend the knees. You're holding that hinge forward. You've got it. We're going to set the weights down here in just a moment. Come back to our chair or our ledge, whatever you're using. Bend, pull, and release. 1 more. All right, shake it out. You can set those weights down. We're going to come back. We're going to find our friend, this ledge. Only equipment needed. Of course, everything can be done with just your body weight as well. From here, We're going to draw our feet, draw your heels together, and then slide your right foot in front. So your right heel is touching your left toes. So you're in that fourth position. Your knees are naturally bent. It's going to hurt if you try to straighten them. Keep a nice soft bend in those knees. All right, I'm going to restart our timer. Right foot forward, left foot back. From here, we're going to pulse down, hold, knees open, pulse down, hold, knees open, So without that chair, it's going to look as such. Pulse down, hold low, knees open, pulse down, knees open. Your back is directly over your hips. Pulse open. It's going to be tiny movements here. Keep it going. Just a few more, and then we're going to hold that opening of your knees, of your hips. So you're pulsing down as low as you can go. Pulse, hold low, knees open, pulse, knees open. All right, on your next one, hold the knees open. We're going to hinge forward. So whether you have that chair, you can also bring your hands to your hips. We're just going to lift and lower that back left leg. So your left toes are flexed. Your left toes are turned out. So we're really working that outer right hip here. You're going to feel it. We're holding that hinge forward with your hands on your hips, or you have that bar or that ledge, and we're lifting and lowering. So notice that my back leg stays bent. You're lifting and lowering. Maybe it's a small movement, teeny tiny. Keep it going. Lift and lower, left toes flexed. You're slightly hinging forward, or you can fold all the way over onto your chair or your ledge. All right, we're going to pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set that left leg down, back behind your right. So make sure you have plenty of space around you. We're going to step the left foot forward, left foot back, right foot forward, left foot forward, left foot back, right foot forward. So you're alternating which heel comes in front of the toes. You've got it. If you lose your balance, just come back into it. Find your focus. Keep a micro bend those knees. We are going to work that right leg next. Keeping everything symmetrical, working that outer right hip here. Just doing a little stretch in between. All right, so shake it out. This time, draw your left foot in front. So if your heels are touching, slide your right foot back so your left heel is touching the top of your right big toe. All right, you restart our little timer here. From here, with or at that ledge, we're going to pulse, knees open, pulse, knees open. Now you can hinge forward if you'd like. You can also challenge your balance in your core by staying upright. Pulse, knees open. If you are upright, make sure your shoulders are stacked over your hips. It's going to give you the most core workout. Pulse, knees open. Pulse, knees open. Keep it going. Shoulders relax down from your ears. That's it. Keep your forehead nice and relaxed. Just pulse, knees open. Keep it going. We're going to hold those knees open here in just a few. And we're going to add that back leg lift and lower. All right, hold the knees open. If you're not already, go ahead and hinge forward. From here, we're lifting and lowering that back right leg. Both of your knees are bent. Your right foot is flexed, allowing you to come all the way back to where you started. maybe tapping your right toes towards your left heel. You can also challenge your balance by not using that bar, that ledge. Notice that I'm still keeping that bend in my right leg. I'm working that outermost part of my right hip. Hold that slight hinge forward. Engage your abs, squeeze your glutes. Just a few more. Last one. All right. Shake it out. All right, we're going to grab those weights again from here. Make sure you have plenty of space around you. We're going to bring our legs parallel and we're going to zip them together. So one long line. Go ahead and draw your arms out to a T, palms facing up. From here, elbows bend and extend. So you're drawing your palms in towards the same shoulder, the bicep curl and extend. Just a few more here. Draw it in and extend. All right, hold the arms at a goalpost. Tiny little pulses here. Squeeze your thighs together. Chest is lifted. Keep it going. Really squeeze your thighs together. Hold your knees bent. Draw the arms in parallel and then open. Draw them in and then open. So you're just framing your face with your forearms, making that 11 number with your forearms just in front of your face, and then opening your elbows directly out from your shoulders. Your core is engaged. Keep a slight bend in those knees, but keep those ankles, knees, and thighs zipped together. Keep it going. Imagine you're trying to keep a piece of paper between your thighs. Keeping them zipped together. A few more. All right, on the next one, hold the arms in front from here, elbows extend and bend. So, your knees are slightly bent, your legs are still zipped, your shoulders are stacked directly over your hips, your forearms start in front, you're extending and bending. Hammer curl, full extend, full bend. Keep it going. That's it. Got one more move with our upper body, then we're back to our lower body. Keep it going. Your palms are facing in. Keep it going. You can always set those weights on at any time if you'd like. All right, on your next one, hold the arms extended, palms facing in, arms open, draw them parallel. So right back to where we started, making sure I've got plenty of space on either side, open and close. So as you open the arms, you want to squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then you're stretching as you draw your arms forward. Your palms are facing in towards one another, so you're opening and extending, open and extend. We're going to grab that chair here in just a few. Give me 5 and 4. That's 3. 2 more. And last one. Very nice. Roll the arms back and roll them forward. All right. Last little bit here. Let's grab that chair, that ledge. From here, we're going to be in a separated fourth. So your heels together, slide your right foot in front. So your toes are going to be turned out. and your knees are going to be bent, but you're going to have that space between your front heel and your back toes. We're going to work that back leg first. So we're starting with our left side. So from here, we're folding over that bar, that ledge again. From here, your back left leg is straight. We're going to point and we're going to lift out to diagonal and back in. Remember when I said we're going to be working that outer hip out to that diagonal? This is when we're doing that. So if you're looking at me dead on, I'm not going back. I'm not going out from the hip. I'm going back to that diagonal. Straight back. Your left leg is straight. Keep a bend in that standing right knee. Your toes are pointed. Your toes are angled outward. Keep it going. Almost there. All right, hold that leg lifted. I want you to slightly rotate onto that right hip so we're really opening up that left hip here. From here, tiny little pulses. Lift and lift. We're working that outermost pocket of our left hip here. Your right knee is bent. Avoid locking out that knee. Tiny bend and that standing right leg. You can look up to challenge your balance. You can keep your gaze forward. You can gaze down towards your right toes. Just that left leg lift and lower. Straight left leg. Keep it going. Left toes stay pointed. Almost there. Keep it going. All right, from here, hold that left leg lifted. We're going to flex and point, flex and point. So you're keeping that left hip open. Your standing right knee is bent. Your right leg is your base. You're just alternating flexing and pointing your left toes. From here, hold your left leg flexed. We're going to lower and lift. Lower and lift. Keep going. From here, go ahead and lower that left leg down. Shake out the hips side to side. All right, now we have the opposite side. So, left foot forward, right foot back. Your toes are pointed out, and you have that space. Your knees are bent, and we're going to hinge forward. That's when we're going to straighten that right leg and lift it out to diagonal, working that outermost part of your right hip. Just going to move this over here. All right, from here, we're going to hinge forward. That right leg is straight. Lift and lower. So you're lifting it out to that back diagonal. So I'm not lifting it straight back, not out from the hip, but back to that diagonal. So if you're looking head on, imagining that I'm on that ledge, out to diagonal. Not straight back, not directly out from the side, back to that diagonal. You're working that outermost part of your right glute here. Your toes are pointed outwards. Micro bend your staying left knee. Avoid locking out that knee, tiny bend. Your right leg as straight as you can get it. Your right toes are pointed. We're going to open up that right hip here in just a moment. Give me two more. Last one, hold it lifted. Open up that hip so you can bring your left forearm down. You can box out your right hand from here, just tiny lifts and lifts. Your standing left leg is your base. Your right toes are pointed, your right leg is straight, Your abs are engaged, draw your navel in towards your spine. You're working your inner and outer thigh, working that outermost part of your right hip. That left knee is bent. Avoid locking out that knee, keep a nice soft bend, and that standing left leg. Little lifts here. Keep it going, you are so close. Little pulses, little lifts. All right, hold that right leg lifted. We're gonna flex and point, flex and point. Keep it going. Notice the stretches as you flex and the different stretch as you point. Hold the right foot flexed. We're gonna lower and lift, lower and lift. Keep that left leg completely still. It stays bent. Your right leg is straight. Lowering that right leg as low as you can. Don't worry if it's just a few inches. Lifting it high as you can, even if it's just a few inches. Core is engaged. One more. All right, release that right leg down. Shake it out. All right, no more equipment's needed. Bring your feet hip width apart and parallel. Draw your elbows wide behind your head. From here, we're gonna work the right elbow, left knee. Connect the two, and then extend as you open. So you're not setting that left leg down at all. Tap and extend. Tap and extend. Now, if you like to use that bar or that ledge, hold on to it with your left hand. Right elbow is wide. Draw your left knee in, and then extend. Draw it in and extend. Your right knee is your base. That right knee is bent. Avoid locking it out. Tiny bend. Keep it going. Draw everything in and extend. So you're not setting that left leg down. All right, set that left leg down. Shake it out. Same thing on the left side. Feet remain hip width apart and parallel. Elbows are wide. Draw your right knee up, left elbow down, and extend. Draw everything in and extend. Keep it going. Draw it in and extend. If you lose your balance, come back into, you can always set your foot down, draw it in, set it down. If you want to challenge your balance, extend that leg out. Avoid setting it down. Give me two more. All right, release it down. Draw the shoulders up and back down. Draw them up and down. Maybe step it side to side. Go ahead and bring your feet wider than your hips. Draw your right arm across your body. Avoid pulling at your right wrist or your right elbow. Gently pulling with your left hand, your right forearm in towards your left shoulder. Open and switch. Left arm across your body. Avoid pulling your left wrist or elbow in. Gently pulling with your right hand, your left forearm in towards your right shoulder. Open. Draw your right elbow wide behind your head. Keep your chin and chest lifted. Open and switch. Open, circle out your wrist. Keep your feet wide. Option 1, bring your hands behind your back. Option 2, place your hands on your lower back. Lean back. Option 3 is to bind those hands again. Straighten your arms. Pull your hands down towards your heels and look up. Rise up. Roll your shoulders. All right, from here, hold on to that bar or that ledge. Lift your right leg and draw your right ankle over your left thigh. Flex your right foot to protect your right knee, and then hinge back, coming to a number 4 chair. If you'd like a deeper stretch, you're more than welcome to hold it here, or you can gently press your right knee to the inside of your right thigh and gently press it down. Noticing the opening of your right hip. Gently release if you have your right hand on your right knee. Rise up. Place your right foot down. Maybe pedal your heels. Lower your right foot. Lift your left knee high. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Flex your left toes to protect your left knee. Option 1 is to hold it high. You're more than welcome to come down as low as you like, coming into a number 4 chair. If you would like a deeper stretch by keeping that left foot flexed, gently place your left hand to the inside of your left thigh and then gently press your left knee down. You are more than welcome to hold it here in this stretch without pressing your left knee open. Gently release your left hand from your thigh if you had it there. Place your left knee down. Pedal out your heels once more. Nice big inhale. Fantastic work. Thank you all so much for joining me today. This was Barre Sculpt. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you.